Hi there, RV community. It's Jeff with RVing with the Gadways, and I've been on the road now for Lori and I for about 2 years. And when we first started this journey, we needed to pick up a home, so we picked up a motor home, and we have a dolly, and which tows our car. Along the way, we had to pick out a lot of accessories to make our journey a lot more comfortable. And one of these items was a tire monitoring system. And this is a particular one that we've used. We had for about a couple of years now. It's the TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system, by EEZ-RV. And it comes with a monitor, and at each tire we put a sensor, and I'll take a walk outdoors and I'll show you each one. And those sensors are sending units. What they'll do is they'll send the pressure of the tire and the temperature of the tire back to this device. And so basically what happens is when I get up in the morning before we're getting ready to take a trip, we'll plug this thing in, and it's 12 volts. As you can see, it's lighting up right now, and it's going to start checking each tire. It's looking for the sending unit right now. I'm in the front tire right now. All of these right here. So the front tires, I got a set of dualies in the back. This is the two front of the dolly, and then the two rear tires. So it's just cycling through it till it picks up the signal. And let's see what this looked like. It's set for Fahrenheit, so we can get the temperature of the tires. So right now it's already picking up one of the dollies on that side, 57 degrees. So what does this little monitor show you? It shows you the battery power, the PSI, Fahrenheit, link. Not really sure what that is. Plus, once you see this thing populate, I can toggle through every tire, or go forward or backwards. Code and set and link. That's how you set up pretty much to get to each sensor. So let's see how fast this goes. So right now it's picking up 57 degrees, 57 PSI, 59 degrees. So these pressures which you see in here, that's what the pressure of the tire is at the current ambient temperature outside. So when you put the pressure in these tires, you fill them up with air, you should set them when it's the coolest temperature out, like first thing in the morning. During the day, just sitting here, the temperature will rise in the tires, and especially if you're traveling, the temperature will rise in the tires. And okay, so how do you know what you put into your tires? Well, the first thing you want to do is you need to get your RV weighed with everything on board. The correct way to do it is to weigh it at each tire. That's usually not very easy to do. I haven't done that. I go to cat scales at a Flying J or a Pilot or a truck stop, and when you go to a cat scales, you can weigh the axles, the front axle, the rear axle, and that's the way I set it up. Once you get the weights, you can go to the tire manufacturer's website, and they will tell you for a given weight what your PSI should be, and then you set up your tires accordingly at the coolest temperature. Now if you try to do it when it's hot or warmer out, but then you're going to be when the temperature goes down, it would be a lot less. So right now it's 95 psi. Let's see, that one's not there yet. See if I can catch this. But so I'm 83. That's supposed to be 80. Well, the ambient temperature outside is probably about 60, but I set it up at 40, and it rose that much just sitting here. So that side is 56. I'm in the shade. The way I'm sitting right now, that's 57. I'm up for the dolly. I'm in the sun, and the dolly tires are 50 psi. It's supposed to be set when it's cool out in the morning. The best time to do, best temperature, if you can do it, is around 32 degrees. Especially if you travel in different climates. If you go in the south and you go in the north, it can range quite a lot. So there's the outside dually on the shade side, the inside dually. Here comes the inside on the sunshine, 81. Then the outside one's 84. Now you're not going to get them exact no matter what you try, as long as you try to get at least within 5 psi. I do anyhow, from tire to tire, when you put an air in. So that's the ones on the back of my car. They're sitting right now, and there's my car right outdoors, which you can see it. 95 in the front, 96 on the sun side. So it's all populating pretty good there right now. So basically what I'll do is first thing in the morning before we start to move it all, I'll check all my tires this way. I know exactly what they are. So why is this so nice? Well, I can get up in the morning. I don't have to go out and read each tire, and that's what you should do every morning, every time before you hit the road, to see in case you've had a slow leak. Now, if there was a slow leak, and if it goes below a certain psi you've set it at. For example, one of my dualies, I think I'm set at the median or the middle point is 80. If it goes below a certain amount or above a certain amount, it will send me, this thing will start ringing off like crazy. And then I'll take a look at it. Either I'll stop or I'll understand what's going on. If you're going down the road, if you have a slow leak or a loss of air pressure, you have no idea, especially on the back. With dualies on the front, worst case is catastrophic and you get a tire blowout. This isn't going to help you out at all. But if it's a slow leak, you can help yourself. Okay, so right now pretty much everything is populated, everything looks good to me. Let's just go over a couple other things. So right now I'm hooked in for 12 volt DC. The kit comes with where I could hardwire into the 12 volt system if I didn't want to deal with this. Mounting, you get some different options. The best thing for me is I want to be able to remove it easily, and so all I did for myself is I put Velcro in here, and that works perfect. It's a good location for me. Hi guys, I'm back. I just wanted to kind of go through this box, what comes in it. But as you can see on the front of it, it gives you a little idea what sensor, some of the errors it would give you if they go off. You get a high temp, you get a low and high pressure, fast leakage, and you can set it for either PSI or bar. The same goes for Fahrenheit and Celsius. So as far as the sensors, I believe 4 comes with a unit, but you can actually set the system up to run 26 sensors, 26 tires. So that's pretty great. So let's see what's inside. Alright, you get a nice manual. One thing I like about the manual, the wind's blowing out here quite a bit, so the manual is on the back of it. You can has a figure of your vehicle and a bunch of tires, and you can put your tire pressures, your high and low limits, and you can also put the little codes that are in the tires, and that you actually stick those codes on your sensors at each tire, so it's a lot easier to keep track of it. But for an example, let's look at the front of the RV. You got 1 and 2, and that will be labeled on the sensors, which are on each tire. And I have 90 psi is what I'm going to be setting the pressure at a cold temperature, whatever that may be. And then there's a certain percentage, I believe it's 10%, and that's where you set it for low and high, and that's where I'm at for 81 and 108. So you can do that through all of this for the motorhome, and for the dolly, I just look at the high PSI for the tire. That's what I set that at, and same thing for the tire, for the car, the rear car tires. What else do we have in here? So we have a little kit if you want to hardwire your monitor into a 12-volt DC power supply. If you want to put it on your windshield or a window, I wouldn't recommend that. They always seem to fall off, then you got another problem. You get 2 tools to pull the sensors off, so you get a spare. And these are the numbers I was talking about, which you put on your sensors, and you also mark on the last page of the book, which I showed you. So that will help you out a great deal. Well, now I'm going to take a walk around to each tire just to give you an idea where I put the sensors. It's pretty basic, but just so you have an idea. Thanks. And here's my front tire. You can see my sensor. And I have that at all 6 locations on the coach. So standing back, you've probably seen this once before, but that's our motorhome we decided to buy. There's a lot of ways to do this life, and the motorhome was more convenient for us. And someday we will get into that. Here's the other 2. The one for the outside dually, and one for the inside dually. And we just put on some insulation on the outside so that thing's not rattling back and forth. So we have the same thing on the exterior tires. Again, we travel full time, but we stay stationary once in a while. So our dolly has the same setup on the outside and each wheel. So our car, same exact setup. I'll give you an idea of what how they go on and off, how the battery looks. So we're in the back here. Back tire, never had any problems. So you're gonna have a little bit of air loss, which is nothing. So here's your sensor. Go over to the big table here, and I'll just kind of pull this apart a little bit so you can see it better. So bear with me. All right. So here we go. And as you can see, you kind of screw it in here like this. The air pressure goes into that little valve right there, and that's what your seal is. But this comes apart. Turn my hand yes I can. So this comes off like this. Oops. And you can see the dirt in there because they're always out in the elements. There's your actual little sensor. That's what your cap looks like. So, let's say I had to change the battery. I would put this right here. And what happens with the battery, there's no low battery indicator on these, but it will start to give you false readings. So I try to keep them changed a lot. So now you start to see them turning it maybe apart. I watch myself. And you can see the first little seal, which is right here that we're talking about. And there's another one, which is way down in there, which they sent you. And there's your battery. And that just slides in and out. See if I can get that thing out of there. There you go. I always carry spare ones around. That's about it. Very handy. Put this baby back in the right way. There we go. Put this right with this. Back here. So, just out of curiosity, we'll take a walk in and see what's happening on the screen. Oops, forgot. Wasn't paying attention. Let's put that baby back in here. There you go. This goes on here. Tighten it up against that rubber seal, because as you can see, you don't want any water to get into the little electronics. That's it. Let's go inside. Okay, I'm back inside now. I've come to it, and just spoke to my wife. And so basically, when I pulled this off the car, this sensor, it lost. It simulated as if the tire went flat, instant flat. So it started. You see this blinking here? There's also an alarm going off, but she came over here and she hit this, and that turns the alarm off. So we're going to be going to it very. Let me see here. See, I can jump through this. So, go through each one real fast. You can see me toggle. Now I'm going to go to the tire that there's nothing on there, and you see 0 psi, 61 degrees, because there's a sensor inside here, and it still reads 61 degrees. And then just jump to the other tire. So it simulated an instant flat blowout. Sent me an alarm. Doesn't do any good. The other thing that could have happened was, let's say you have a slow leak, and then you got some time to react. The alarm would go off because it would reach the lower threshold of the pressure I set. And I mean that's priceless. You need that. You could use a device like this on anything in your car if you wanted to. You know, today's dummies, there's no. A lot of them don't have the pressure indicator. It just tells you if the tire is running low. You could put this on your motorcycle. I used to had motorcycles before. You could do the same exact thing. Hi guys, yeah, I'm back. I just went out, put that sensor back on the car, and it should, if it hasn't picked it up by now, it will shortly. So we're going to jump to it a little quicker here. Dolly, there it is right there, 33 degrees. So it was that simple. Takes a little while to understand it, but once you get used to it, it's definitely a godsend. If you have any questions, let me know. So guys, I'd like to thank you for watching our review of the tire monitoring system. In no way are we getting paid for this review, but if you do like what you saw, please subscribe and click that bell, and we'll let you know when the next review is coming up, because we do have some quite a few other items, probably 20 of them to be exact. So thanks, bye.